Okay, so I have a new computer and I've tried to record this a few times and I've had some issues. So I decided to do this live. Um, well, I haven't had a few issues. I recorded a video. I started to record a video 3 times and then my video just disappeared. So then I said, oh, I'm just going to do it live and then it can go into the interwebs and we can put it up on YouTube. All right, doesn't really matter. Uh, did it live. I didn't have the right browser, downloaded the browser, and now I'm here. And I think I remember there's a chat feature here. Oh, Critter Kid. Hi, Critter Kid. Chris. I knew that. Christina Mills. Anyway, so I decided to just do it live. And it's probably going to be ridiculously all over the place, but that's okay. So, this is the gist of it. I haven't been on YouTube in a while because we've been moving, and I haven't bought yarn in forever. In the last 2 years, I've bought 2 skeins of yarn. One I bought because a new LYS opened, and one I bought from Brooke, who has Fully Spun Yarns before the first of the year. It's awesome. Her yarn is awesome. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. I'm going to do my best to keep an eye on what people are saying on the side, but I'm very easily distracted, so it might not happen. So hi, everybody. I'm waving at your comments. This is how easily distracted I am. Kristen won't be joining me today because she's upstairs with all the dogs and with Dewey because he's a barking maniac. So I am here tonight because I've got some new yarn. I've got a lot of new yarn. I'm looking at it all. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay. First, a few videos ago, I had mentioned that I asked people to be on the lookout for Tom's coffee. And we now just want to say we don't need any more coffee. You people are wonderful. We've gotten several packages, and he's kind of blown away by it all. In the packages were some yarn and some other goodies, so I figured I'd show the yarn, and in future videos, I'll share some of the other goodies. So one of the things that came in one of the packages was 2 skeins of Mandala Sparkle in the Draco colorway. I've actually just recently crocheted a blanket out of this. It's amazing. So I'm happy to have this. Lovely. Don't mind the dog toys behind me. This is the one area of the craft room that's not a mess. The other bit of yarn that came my way is Lion Brand Cupcake, which I haven't used yet. I know it's been around for a while. It's 590 yards. I believe it's acrylic. Yeah, 100% acrylic. And this colorway is Sunny Day, which is awesome. Sunny Day. And it looks like cupcake yarns have some variegation to them, which is really neat. Really neat. Pretty. And then I got some yarn to review. And I think I'm going to do a full-on video about that. And that was the Red Heart Amigurumi yarn. It's backwards on live. That's a difference. Okay, so I got the amigurumi to make the mermaid, which the pattern on this is knit. And I don't know if I go online if the directions for crochet are there. I'm going to check that when I do my video on this. And then I also got the alpaca, the llama, sorry. And these directions are crochet. I'm messing this up, but so I think those will be fun to work with, and I'm planning on doing a full-on review of that in the near future in all the free time I have. So Last week, I went to Hobby Lobby. I actually called my friend Doreen on Tuesday. We had just gone to breakfast, and I said, "Everybody online says Hobby Lobby is having an awesome clearance sale. We have to go." And she said, "Let's go on Wednesday." So I said, "Sure, why not? Let's go on Wednesday. The sale's amazing." We went to Hobby Lobby. Nothing. Nothing was on sale. Nothing was on clearance. Um, Hi everybody. Um, I totally hit that sale. Okay. Well, I did too, which you'll see. So I asked the lady at Hobby Lobby, I said, "I've seen online around the country that, you're going to be having a big clearance sale. Is it on the horizon for you? Have you heard anything about it?" And she said, "No, none of the yarn is going to go on clearance." So I said, "Okay," and I want one. And I had picked up a couple skeins, but I ended up putting them back because I don't need any yarn. Well, fast forward to Monday this week. I'm down here in the craft room. I'm trying to put stuff away. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen it. I was like, "I have too much stuff. What am I doing? I have too much stuff." And a little pity party because I have too much, which is ridiculous. Um, in the moving process, if you've seen my studio at the other house, it was huge. It was ridiculously huge. I donated about 75% of my stash. I'm still stable. I have an entire bookshelf full of yarn. I have a bin full of sweater yarn, and I'm looking over there like you guys can see it. And I have a bin full of baby yarn. And then this is where my video kept freezing when I was trying to make it. Then I have a pop-up hamper full of Impecable's acrylic yarn for when I make toys, because that's my go-to for toys. So I don't need any yarn. But when you guys were all putting out these videos about the Hobby Lobby clearance, I was seeing so many beautiful yarns. So I sat myself down, I tried to calm down, and I said, "Okay, let's set some ground rules." And I decided that there were two yarns that I would buy. The first was the Red Heart. I don't know if that's what it's called, but it's the one by Marley Bird that's wool acrylic blend. And I thought that would be great to buy to make sweaters for Kristen, because Kristen can't have 100% wool. It's too itchy for her. And the other thing I said that I would buy would be those Luxe Lollies, because they were so gorgeous. They were gorgeous. So nothing was on clearance last time. So today I had to go to the grocery store. And don't you know, the grocery store is right next to Hobby Lobby. And I had to run into Hobby Lobby for a friend to look for something, which they didn't have. And I didn't have a carriage, a cart, a buggy, whatever you want to call it. And I said, let's go over and see the yarn. There's not going to be any clearance. "Why are you crying about donating yarn?" "I just have too much." Well, I had too much. I think now I could realistically knit all my yarn in my lifetime, but so I walk myself over to the yarn aisle at Hobby Lobby, and all I see is orange stickers everywhere. And the heavens opened up and the light shined down. Oh, clearance yarn. But I took a deep breath and I said, I need a carriage. So I booked my booty up to the front of the store and I grabbed a carriage and I went back to the yarn aisle and I just went like this. And then I took a breath and I put stuff back and I started to look around. And I was very, very restrained. I will say a lot of what they had left, because it was quite obvious it was picked over, a lot of what they had left, they had one skein of this or two skeins of that, not really enough to do anything. And I didn't want to stash yarn. I wanted to get yarn in quantities that knew I could make something. So And I also wanted to stick to my rules. But the first thing I noticed is a yarn that Doreen was looking at just last week. And she didn't buy because it was $5 a skein, and she needed a lot of it. So I quickly took a picture and I said, "Do you need this?" And she said, "Hold on." And then she said, "Are there 12?" And I said, "No, there's 10. So she said, "Buy them." So she was looking at, I love this chunky, which is 100% acrylic. Says it somewhere. Yeah, 100% acrylic. It is a number something. It's a bulky. It's a chunky, obviously. I love this chunky. It's 109 yards, 100 meters, 100 grams, and it's the color Spice. And it's a burnt orange. And so I grabbed that for her. Can't beat the price, let me tell you. Can't beat the price with a stick. And they had enough. I mean, they had almost enough for what she needed to do. So I got that for her. Then I went over to the Full of Sheep or whatever it's called. I can't think of the name of it right now for some reason. I think it's Full of Sheep. I think it is. I just want to say, donate that yarn. Donate it. I don't want to say I did the KonMari method with my yarn, but I literally touched every single skein of yarn I own, and I didn't say, "Do you bring me joy?" But I said to myself, this is pretty. This is great. I bought it because it's beautiful, but am I really going to use this? And if I said no, I donated it. Well, if I said no, I put it in a pile. And then I went back and I said, is this useful to someone? And if the answer was yes, which it always was, I put it in the donate pile, and then I donated it that way. And I felt so much lighter, and it felt so much easier to go to my stash to find what I was looking for. So I fully support releasing the yarn into the universe with no guilt, because it served its purpose for you. I sound like Marie Kondo. But it was great. It was great to let go of it. It felt like a weight was lifted, and it felt like I could buy more yarn. Don't tell Kristen. Okay, back to Hobby Lobby. So I went over to the sheep yarn. Like, what was Chic Sheep? That's what it's called. Chic Sheep. And it was on clearance. But I decided that Kristen would not appreciate a hot pink sweater. Because that was the only color available in enough skeins for a sweater. So I said, I think I'm going to pass on that. Can you imagine Kristen in a hot pink sweater? I can't imagine Kristen in a hot pink anything. Anyway, so I passed on the Chic Sheep. I don't know why I forgot the name of that. Anyway, then I found the Lux Lollies, which I knew exactly where they were. And there were so many of them. I think they were probably just too high for people to see them. I was hoping they would have some of the sugar wheel on clearance. Not everything that other people have had on clearance was on clearance at my store either. A lot of stuff that was on clearance at other stores was not on clearance at my store, and my foot is asleep. This always happens. This is why I don't do live videos. My foot's asleep. Oh. Helping with the name. Oh, it's 100% merino? Maybe I should have made her a hot pink sweater. She can wear 100% merino. Anyway. Okay. So, I found the Lux Lollies. There were so many of them. But I stuck to my rules. What was there enough to make something with, and what would I really use? And there was still a lot of them. So, I'm going to show you what I got. They're so pretty, and I can't believe how soft they are. So soft. All right. This is the first one, and it looks like a hot mess, but I'm just going to throw it on my ball winder and wind it back up. So let me tell you a little bit about Lux Lollies, in case you don't know. Lux Lollies are 502 yards and 100% acrylic. And this is considered, I believe, a worsted. it calls for a US 8 knitting needle. The pattern I found that I'm going to knit first calls for a 10. So I would say that's a worsted. It's a blanket, so you want it to be a little bit more lofty. Anyway, blabber, blabber, blabber. This color is My Opie, and it's blues and greens, and it's gorgeous. And there were two of them, and both of them looked like yarn barf, but I'm hoping that when I put this on the ball winder, it's not a complete nightmare. And if it is, I will say thank you and move on. I will Marie Kondo that. So two of those. It's really pretty though. It's so soft. If you have a chance to get this, I highly recommend. Highly. I do want to say, I don't think this would be forgiving to the frog pond. I think if you made a mistake with this, it would catch on itself and become quite a nightmare. But it's so beautiful. My two sad skeins of that. The next thing I got, they're all Lux Lollies. That's all I got. Was Count on Coconut. And little known fact, I'm allergic to coconut. Like anaphylaxis. And look at those colors. Beautiful. Absolutely flippin' gorgeous. And so fuzzy. But it's not fuzzy in an obnoxious way. Oh, they're so soft. So soft. All right, so I got those. Two of those. And then two of these, which is Sugared Pear, which I don't like pears, but I like this yarn. And these ones are in good shape. My foot's asleep again. This is blues, greens, off-white, and a little yellow. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So two of those. And then I got 3 of Sticky Buns, which is like blues, grays, and creams. This one is another yarn barfy one. But then there are these two. Beautiful. Oh my god, it feels so luxurious. Yes, it does. And I do apologize if this was backwards. Someone said over in the comments that it's not backwards. So gorgeous. Gorgeous. And this one might be my favorite because it has my 2 favorite colors in it. Most people think one color is my favorite, but it's actually a different color. I'm wondering, what do you guys think my favorite color is? Comment right over there. One vote for blue, 1 vote for pink, 1 vote for green, 1 vote for blue, 1 vote for dark blue. Don't resist. Resistance is futile. Blue, green, pale green, green. Well, people know me better than I thought. I love pink. I really love pink. I love anything pink. But my favorite color is blue. Dark blue, navy blue. Anyway, so this is Marzipan Plan. And I've got 3 of these. They are 2 different lot numbers, but look at those colors. Oh, God. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm hoping that this will be enough for some sort of blanket for myself. I don't know if they will, but we shall see. The other things that I got were not on clearance, and I love this cotton in brights. I need to make myself a bright coffee cover, and I love this cotton in pastels. I don't see this as pastels, but that's okay. I actually think this is kind of about the same, but this one's more like marbled, and this one's more of a solid. Beauteous. Beauteous. And then I had never seen this before, and I want to try it. I make our sponges for the kitchen, and I didn't realize it was sparkly when I bought it, but it's Scrubology Scrub It. The color is aqua. It's made 100% nylon, 79 yards, calls for US 10. Knitting needle? Nope. Yes, a US 10 or a J size crochet hook, and that's what it is. It's like a tube, but I think it would have just enough scrubbiness to be good to do the dishes. And that's what I got. And I should feel guilty, but I really don't. I shouldn't feel guilty, actually, but that's okay. So that's what I got at Hobby Lobby. And I didn't break the bank, and it wasn't all for me. And that's what came in the mail. And mine didn't have those clearance, but I got the regular scrubby. This was not on clearance. And these were not on clearance. These were regular price. Well, this week everything's 30% off, so keep that in mind. But that's what I got. I got 12 new skeins of yarn. Anyway, I already have a plan for some of it, so that's good. The Lux Lollies are 100% acrylic. They're like a brushed acrylic. Let me show you. It's it would probably be considered like a single ply yarn. I don't know. I've done this for so long, I don't know the terminology. You could tell me it was a 6-ply, and I'd be like, sure. They are a little bit like Unforgettable, but they're not as fuzzy, I don't think. And I don't think they're going to be as grabby. And I've looked at the finished products, and they don't look nearly as fuzzy. And the other thing I noticed about these is that the yarn is pretty consistent. If you're familiar with Unforgettable, it can be really thick and really thin and slubby. And this doesn't appear at this point to have that property. I could be wrong. But that is all I have for today. Whew. I'm almost out of coffee. Do you guys know what this is? This is the company. Well, Banktivity is not the company. Banktivity is the product of the company that Kristen works for. She works for IGG Software, and if you are a Mac user and need a finance software, check out Banktivity. I don't think they're on 6 anymore. I think they're on 7 or 8 or 9. I think they're on 7 or 8. I don't know. I just turned it on. So I'm going to get going. I've been down here for a while. I got to find a place to put all these. I got to finish some projects so I can cast one of these on. And tomorrow, I'm really hoping that I can record a TGIF. Hopefully, I can figure out how to get my camera to not freeze on me and do it the regular way. But if not, I guess we'll just have another live video. Maybe TGIF should just be live from now on. I don't know. We'll see. All right. The kids are doing okay. Max went to Tufts over the weekend, the vet hospital in Massachusetts, and he had some scheduled tests done, and the results are confusing to us. We're kind of in decide what we want to do next phase. I'm not talking like end of life stuff, but he's very sick, and we need to change something, but there are different ways we can go in terms of that change, and it's either going to work or it's not. It's going to make him better, it's going to make him worse. So we're kind of trying to figure out at this point and just trying to remain positive. Molly, on the other hand, is in complete remission from liver failure, so that's good. And Dewey is just, you know, the big grouchy grouch stuck to my hip that he always is. And Kristen's doing well, and Tom's doing well, and Gracie's doing well. I want nachos now. Anyway, so that's all I have. I'll try and check in tomorrow. And from my new craft space, the 4 inches of it that are presentable. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off now, and I will give all the dogs a hug for you. I probably won't give Kristen and Tom a hug for you, but I will hug the dogs. All right, bye, guys.